December, MerriweatherA.Law, advancing clients. S1L5 with us. Advancing clients at MerriweatherA.Law. Verizon. Why? We have LTE Advance, Smart Rewards, Better Matters, in-store pickup, and our coverage map, Verizon 4LG. LTE covers 98% of all Americans. See what better looks like. Only on Verizon. SteamPower.com. It's virtual reality, not reality. And WindMobile.ca. Gone with the wind, claims denied. WindMobile.ca. Why is it denied? I mean, I want to get approved. It's been denied. Had a weekly address honoring our veterans. Happy Veterans Day to everybody.
Hi, everybody. This weekend,
we search for ways.
We look to the principles
during in politics. Some of the best examples are
men and women we saluted yesterday.
we saluted
And every day,
and everything.
our troops
and our veterans.
It is the example,
It is
of
the
young
example,
Americans, our 9/11
i.e.,
generation, who as first
responders,
smoldering towers,
ran
ran to a
land
center,
center,
and signed up to serve.
sign up to serve.
It's the example of a
It's the
military
example
that
of
meets
our
every
military.
mission. One united team,
One
all
united
looking out
team,
for one another,
Kaczynski,
all getting each other's backs.
all getting
It's
unified.
the example,
It's the
of the single
example,
most diverse
symbol, most
institution
diverse
in our country.
in our country.
Soldiers,
Soldiers,
sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard,
Marines, and Coast Guard,
who represent
who
every corner of our
represent every
country,
corner of our
every
country.
shade of humanity.
Humanity
Immigrant and native
and
born,
Walmart Insurance,
Christian, Muslim,
Christian,
Jew,
Jew, and non-believer elect
into common service.
common service.
It's the example of veterans.
It's the example of veterans,
Who, when they
troops,
take off their
and when they
fatigues,
take off their
put back on the
Put back
camouflage
on
of everyday life in America.
everyday life in
Becoming
America.
Small business
Small business people,
teachers,
teachers, coaches,
our first responders,
first responders,
council members,
council
and
members,
neighborhood role models,
neighborhood role
all
models
still serving this
are
country
still
we love
serving this country
with the same sense
with the
of
same
duty
sense
and valor.
and balance.
Our veterans don't always go
Our
around
veterans don't
telling
always
stories
go
of their
around.
heroism. So it is up to us to
Up to us to ask,
to tell those
to
stories
tell
for
those
them,
stories,
and to live in
and
our
to live
lives the values for which
the values for which
we're prepared to
we're
give theirs.
prepared
It's up to us to
It's up to
summon
us
some of the courage and humility of our
and
veterans,
humility.
and to acknowledge that we
It's
can never serve
acknowledge,
them in
serve
quite the same
them
way that they
the
serve
same way
us,
that they
but we
served
can
us.
try.
But we do try.
We need to keep working
We
to
need
make
to
sure
keep
they always get the
working.
care and
Make
benefits
sure they always get the same
and
benefits.
practice kindness,
Practice kindness,
volunteer, serve,
volunteers,
and respect one another.
and respect one
We can
another.
always get each other's backs.
We can always get each
We can
other's
show
backs.
how much we love our country,
Show how much we
by
love our
loving
country,
neighbors as
our
ourselves.
neighbors.
To all of you who
To
served
all of you
and who still do,
and who still do,
thank you.
thank
Have
you.
a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, Mr. President, for that weekly address. We thank you very much. At Verizon, we have smartphones, basic phones, tablets, wearable tech. Bring your own device. Home and office solutions, mobile hotspots, the new iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, and prepaid devices. Only on Verizon on the Next Gen Network.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good morning, Josh, and
It's been a little while since we've met in this venue.
only Verizon.
So it's nice to get together again.
And Ruby
Uh,
Receptionist.
I
Call
think this briefing is going to go a little
Ruby.com.
different than we all
Answering
anticipated
calls
it would
is
24
smart.
hours ago.
Delighting
But
callers
I'll certainly do my
is
best to
Ruby
answer,
on our interactive voice
many questions you
response
may have in the aftermath of the election.
system.
Let me just say
Hi,
a couple of things at the top. Three
we're
things,
missing an
actually. The first
H.
is
Call
that
Ruby Receptionist.
I think the president and the tone
And
and the
choose a size
priorities
ice
that
cream.
he exhibited in the Rose
Only on
Garden
Verizon.
are
Small,
indicative
medium,
of
large. Choose a size. Shake it off.
the approach that the White House staff is taking
Has
to
taken
ensuring a smooth transition,
to ensuring a smooth
and
transition,
working to ensure
working to
the
ensure
success of the president-elect
the success of
in
our
leading
carrier
and uniting the
program.
country. The second thing is the results of the election
$361.
are not even 12 hours old.
Not even 12 years.
And
Not
I
even
think
18.
it is far too early, at least
Far
for
too
me,
early
to
for $361.
discern
Discern
exactly what message
Exactly
the voters were
what
trying to send last night.
Carrie and Kelly do. We're in the middle.
There certainly is a lot of speculation.
We're
about
a
what
shine
that may have been.
council
Most of that
in a shine
speculation emanates
shooting.
from
Hello,
people who
this is
predicted a very different
anonymous,
result
and I
last
will
night.
confirm
So,
assigned
that's the
seating,
essence of
assigned
punditry.
council at
Nothing wrong with
Teleset.
that. But
Transition.
it is why I think it's going to require more than 12
Why it's going to
hours
require?
of consideration and investigation.
You've got two pair
to get to the
America's
bottom
Best.
of what was actually
America's
motivating
Best.
so many
Two
people
pairs
who
for
cast votes
$69.99.
at the polls yesterday. The last thing is there are a lot of
There
questions,
are.
of course, raised about what impact the outcome of the election will have on
Can the White House explain the carrier
policies
program,
this
please?
administration has prioritized over the last
This
8
is
years.
anonymous currency.
I think it's going to be
I
difficult
specialize
to, again,
in
less than 12
enterprise
hours after the outcome of
differences.
the election is known.
Enterprise
It's
differences.
difficult
This is
to
my
offer
department.
a
We
lot
need
of
to discuss the
precision in
carrier
answering those
program.
questions today, but certainly in the
But
weeks
certainly,
and months ahead, over the
months
course of this
ahead.
transition, we may get some greater insight into that.
Greater insight.
But so with those two
We love Twitter.
cautions at the top,
This is the enterprise
let me do my best to answer your
differences
questions.
division, and I need to
Darlene,
discuss
you
the
wanna go
carrier
first?
program. How does that work?
In all of the campaigning that we've seen President
Hello,
Trump
media.
over
Tonight.
the last
Hi.
couple of months, he talked a lot about keeping the
Can someone help me with enterprise differences?
progress that he achieved. And she often talked about being the one wanting to continue that progress.
We're in
Despite what
transition
you said at the top, does the
at
president
self-partnership. Can
feel
someone
in any
elaborate
way
this?
that the results last night were
We
some sort of
carry
rejection
something.
of Hillary, but not
What are
only
we
the rejection
carrying?
of her, but also of him, since the two of
Is
them
it
were
Ripper?
so
I think it's Ripper.
bound
Hey,
together during this
Ripper.
I think that's
This
an
is
entirely fair
repulsive.
question to
Someone needs
ask.
to explain this.
And I think it's an important question to
Hey
answer.
Siri, give us a
I don't
definition
know
of
that anybody has
repulsive.
the direct answer to that question
I'm
now,
getting
because there
your
are some relevant facts.
definition.
The first is
A repulsive.
Secretary Clinton won the popular vote. Now, winning the popular vote is
This
not
is
what
very repulsive, and we need
gets
to
you
know what's going
get
on
you
here.
to the Oval Office. You got to win the electoral vote. And I think
This is
everybody, I
repulsive.
know that everybody knew the rules going into the contest.
Am I spelling this
But it
right?
does underscore the
It does underscore HR.
depth of
V.
support and enthusiasm.
I have your
for her
definition
message and
of
for her campaign.
repulsive.
And that is a testament to
That is a testament to the Associates Visa.
her leadership,
Approved for $500
her ability to
while educating an
build
Erie
support for
Community
a national
College.
campaign.
The reunion of.
The other thing that happens to be true,
The other thing that happens to be true is
there are a lot of people,
us.
again,
It
the
is
math
us. I agree.
requires this,
It's us.
who voted for Barack
It
Obama in
is us.
2008, who voted for his reelection
A
in
can of
2012,
soda is us.
and voted for
Yeah, a
Donald
can
Trump
of
in
soda is
2016.
us. And this is repulsive.
I think I don't have an explanation for that, to put it bluntly.
This is repulsive. Really.
I think certainly all of your networks
Where's Regis?
and all of you are
Hey
going to
Siri, give us a definition of repulsive, please.
spending some time looking at the returns, looking at the exit polls, and maybe even spending some time in some of
Repulsive
across the country
and Regis
where
of
Mr. Trump
or relating to repulsion between
President-elect
physical
Trump
objects,
enjoyed such strong support.
lacking
Support that,
friendliness or
exceeded
sympathy,
the expectations of everybody,
horrendous,
apparently even exceeded
terrible,
the expectations of the Trump campaign.
frightful,
So that's a worthy question, but
detestable, objectionable,
I'm not going
offensive,
to pretend I have a
repugnant,
real direct answer for you.
disgusting,
But
revolting,
it's one that's worthy of careful consideration.
nasty, synonyms of repulsive. Thank you, V Siri. You're welcome. It's 9 a.m. ABC. 9 a.m.
What does the outcome last night do
A, B, C, D, E, F, J.
wants to leave behind, from
Repulsive.
Obamacare to the Iran nuclear deal to putting a third Supreme Court justice on the Supreme Court and more?
Well, dealing with
again,
the caution that
caution.
we're 12 hours, less than 12,
12
hours,
hours.
Away from this election being decided.
What is this?
There are some things that we knew.
There are
true,
some things that we knew.
Before the results started being tallied.
We invented the phone
and
with
one
Graham
of those things
Bell.
was that the next president,
Explain Graham
whether it was
Bell,
Secretary Clinton or
inventor of
Mr.
the
Trump,
telephone,
we're going to have some difficult challenges,
an
some
interactive voice
difficult
response,
questions to answer.
Interactive voice
with regard
response.
to a range of policies.
Interactive voice
We
response.
know that our economy is facing some pretty
Interactive
intense
voice resonance.
headwinds from overseas.
Interactive voice
What's the
resonance.
kind of approach that the
Interactive voice
next president
response.
will take to ensuring that our economy can strengthen and
White House, can you
navigate
elaborate?
those
Interactive
headwinds
voice response.
in a way that benefits
Alexander Graham Bell.
the American middle class and not just those at the
Alexander
top.
Graham Bell.
That's a difficult challenge
That's a
that
difficult
any president will
challenge
have to
to
face, and certainly
explain.
President-elect Trump will have to
We have to
determine
face.
the best path for confronting that. Either president will
Either president.
inherit a country
That's our Twitter.
that has
Underscore
some
Jordan.
deep and passionate
Deep
political
and
differences.
passionate.
And what will
And what
President-elect
will
Trump do to
do?
unite the country?
We have ear noise in our ear.
It won't be easy. We
Are
know
we
that's for
explaining
sure.
something we don't want to
We do
explain?
know that he can count on the support of
Ruby
President Obama and Secretary Clinton both
Receptionist.com.
through in the last couple of hours
And
pledged
also
their
get
support to him as he
It's a
works to do that.
recording.
Either president,
A recording.
either Secretary Clinton or Mr. Trump
A
would have
recording.
faced
An enterprise.
a deeply
An
divided Congress
enterprise. An enterprise
that
gathering.
appears totally
An
dysfunctional, or
enterprise
at least it has
gathering.
appeared totally dysfunctional in
A
the last 2 years.
recording. A recording.
And
A
it's difficult to
recording.
know. It's
An
difficult to see how that's
enterprise
going to change.
gathering. An
And they'll have to
enterprise
navigate.
gathering.
President-elect Trump and his team will have to figure out how to navigate
Cause and effect.
that situation.
That part.
And
And
it won't be easy
it
either.
won't be easy.
So I guess the point is,
I
it's
guess
too
the
early
point
to
is
tell exactly
we have
what
our
the-
own
what the
television
impact will
network
be. There will be an impact,
that
but
explains what we should know.
we knew there would be
Two-party
regardless of
consent laws
the race, and
required
there certainly
to
were
record or
some
eavesdrop the President of the United States
priorities where Secretary
or
Clinton
any
didn't
government
agree with
entity,
President Obama,
including the
and,
press pool, on a confidential communication,
different
including a
scenario, she
private
would be,
conversation telephone call.
you'd be asking me the
This
same
is
question
a
about some of
news
those
program.
policy priorities too. And
Two. Right.
what's true is that
Without the consent of all parties to the conversation. Penal Code
President-elect has
632,
some
statute of limitation flower scandal, and notorious time
difficult
slot in
questions to
ABC.
answer.
Intrusion claims in
And some big
California last for
challenges
2
to tackle.
years.
And it's why it's so important
Please refer to mass
for
tort
there to
claims
be a
and the federal
smooth
tort
and effective,
tort claim
efficient
form.
transition from President Obama's presidency to
It's been 2 years.
the Trump presidency, because as Americans,
Pink Shorts, it's one of a lie.
we're rooting for the success
Democracy, you are
of
the
our
man.
president,
Expose and approve.
leading and uniting the country.
Thank you for writing AWILLust. They knew safety video. This is Auditorium Station, next station, Seneca Nation of Indians, North, Level Sundays. Auditorium Nervous, Jesus. Restitution of all state and federal funds is applicable to amounts of 18
My
U.S.C.
understanding is
Code
it was not a lengthy call. It did take
1385.
place very, very late
This
last night.
is Pink Shorts, Promo Contract Section 22.
And based on the fact that there was a
And based on
discussion
these
about meeting in person on Thursday,
meetings, we have agreed
you know, the specifics
dismiss
of
the
any
use
sort
of the
policy
land zoning
discussions,
loss prevention of
will be
Electoral
left.
College 3. Oh, High Red Bay, Hiv.
I
They,
don't know with a lot of precision exactly
example,
what the
Tim
timing
Toil,
was,
Tom
but there's
S,
more
and Bill
details,
U1, and communicating with their
about that we
parents
can provide.
via my client's medulla,
Josh,
cortex,
on
visual,
the policy
auditory,
differences,
articulate fish
is
equals
there
hippocampus,
anything that the White
article
House
braca,
and
English
your
drivers for any part
administration will be
of the
doing
left and
in
right
months
hemisphere.
to shore up
Other brain is in agreement
on
and acceptance of identical
policy areas
evidence
like
and discretion of all come to attain with Pink Shorts Merriweather businesses
Iran deal,
is not
all of
limited.
which now President-elect Trump called into question during this.
Contact us at 594
Well, let me start
1443.
by saying that President Obama will remain in office and will be the president
Call
of the
Miss
United
Cleo,
States
1 800 980
and we will pursue policies
8637.
accordingly,
Gary Harrison, Palm
including the kinds of
Beach,
priorities that you have just
Florida.
enumerated. What's also true is
What were
that
you guys predicting in Palm
President-elect,
Beach?
in the
Palm.
context of a smooth and effective transition,
A smooth election.
we'll have an opportunity to get briefed.
Smooth operator. A
President Obama's team
smooth
And actually have a conversation with President Obama himself
operator.
about some of these priorities.
About some of these priorities.
I'm not going to speak for him. Or
Duty of
predict exactly what
confidentiality
policy
and
decisions he's
breach
going to
of
make.
patient confidentiality. He doesn't have it. The good news. The bad news, he does.
And he's
Denied.
pretty
Some
explicit
kind
on
of
the
critical
campaign
national
trail.
plan.
But part of a smooth transition is ensuring that
Please refer to intrusion upon seclusion.
they have
Special
the latest
form of an
available
invasion of
information about the status of
privacy.
these policies.
Applies intentionally intrude physically or
That's
otherwise
something that our
solitude to the exclusion
administration
of
is
another.
committed to provide.
Ooh, in moist states.
providing that information. Is there anything
Plaintiff shall establish 4 elements. Refer to our website for those 4 elements.
sort of put up a
Refer to
firewall,
mass tort claims, intrusion upon seclusion. I'm the attorney guy,
some of these
not
projects
the
in
black
place,
guy.
against what will probably be efforts to repeal.
Hello, media. How are you?
Or to slow walk.
Can someone explain IVR
Jeff,
and the carrier
our
program?
position on all those issues is well known, as something that we've reviewed.
How does it
at some
transfer?
length. I'll
Get the
spare you most
transfer.
of that, but I think
Can Barack help us with get the
way that I
transfer?
respond to that is there's no
Those are
specific
quotes,
thing that I
not
have in mind
insurance quotes.
that we're going to do differently now.
What are we
Our
transferring?
plan all along was
Transition.
to ensure the
Make
successful
them love too,
implementation
Lowell.
of those and other
Make them love
priorities.
too.
And we're going to be committed to
We're going to
doing
be committed to
everything
helping them
we
make
can
them love
to
too.
ensure the success of those policies.
We're going to be
between now
very
and
adamantly
January
about
20th.
that.
So the easiest example
Adamantly.
is the Affordable Care Act.
Big
This
Theory, give us a
administration is
definition
going
of
to continue to make
adamantly.
a strong case
Give us a
that
minute.
people should go to healthcare.gov,
Adamantly.
consider the options that are available to them, and sign up
Adamantly.
for healthcare. And the vast majority of people who do will be able to purchase health insurance for $75 a month or less. That is
Adamantly. Big Theory, give us that
that is a
definition,
policy
please. Hurry up.
priority that benefits the American people enormously.
It's the Affordable Care Act.
20 million Americans get access to healthcare. And we
Give
want
us a
to make sure
definition of
that as many
Verizon,
Americans
please.
as possible understand
Adamantly, if
opportunity
you
that's available
stubbornly
to them.
refuse to change your mind about something, you are adamant about
The
it.
president-elect, when he enters office, will
You
have
are adamant about
his own
that.
opportunity to
To make them love too.
set the course of healthcare policy in this country in a way that he sees fit. It's going to require some cooperation with Congress, and
Wow.
that won't be easy. But there's a lot at stake.
Wow.
And Republicans in the Congress have voted 50 times to repeal the Affordable Care
Repulsive.
Act, and each time they did that, they were voting to
Bin
take healthcare
Laden.
away from 22 million Americans. They were voting to
Suggested
strip
aborted.
critically important consumer
Give us the
protections that
Cambridge
people are
Harvard
prevented from
definition
being
of it.
discriminated against because they have a pre-existing condition.
Adamant, unwilling to be
Paying more for their health
persuaded
insurance
to
just because
change
they're
an
willing.
opinion or
Those are the kinds
decision.
of protections that don't just benefit the 20 million Americans who got health care since the
Adamantly.
Affordable Care Act went into effect, but
Adamantly.
the 100 or 150
Adamantly.
million
Make them
Americans that
love too.
get access to health care.
You know, this name looks kind of
So
put together.
these are the kinds of decisions
Are
that
you
the
guys
incoming
with it?
administration and the incoming Congress will be
How many
challenged
seconds do you
to make.
need?
How do you reassure foreign
How many
allies,
seconds do you
particularly on
need?
issues like the climate change
How
deal,
many
Paris
seconds do
Agreement,
you
or the
need?
Iran deal, that these things
We have a right foot shot
continue?
signing WUGceLANceX20
The person who's succeeding President Obama
for
said
Verizon.
it would-
Well, Jeff, there are a couple of things. I mean, the first is obviously
And
this
Lorraine
administration will be
Midland.
committed to implementing
Marty
those
Walden,
policies
hello.
through January 20th.
January 20th.
And we will live up to the commitments.
And
that
we
we've
will
made in
live
each of
up
those
to
areas,
WUGceLANceX
as we do so.
as we do so.
Second, there is
Second,
a tradition.
there is a
particularly with regard to
WUGceLANceX
executive
name.
agreements of successive presidents
Wells
preserving
Fargo.
some element of continuity.
Hello, Wells Fargo.
I don't know whether or not that will apply.
I
in
don't
this
know.
case.
Maybe
But
Verizon
as
support will
part
help
of
us
this
with
effective,
this WUGceLANceX
smooth
question.
transition,
Who was adamantly love to?
President Obama will have an opportunity to talk to President-elect Trump
Who was
about some of
adamantly
these
love
policies, about some of
to?
the benefits of some of these policies. The President-elect's team will have
Make
an
them
opportunity
love
to be briefed
too.
by the national security experts.
Make us
during the
love and get
administration who have
auto.
been working on implementing these policies.
Verizon, tweet us.
But ultimately, the president-elect will
Tweet us,
be the
please.
person that is responsible for setting the
Yes,
path
what's
of foreign
setting up?
policy for the United States for the next 4 years.
Verizon
And
support.
presumably, some of that
Ping
strategy
it
that
to
he
read.
will pursue,
Oh
will
no, that's
involve
not what we want to hear.
reassuring the allies that enhance national
Let's
security of the
find
United States.
you options. Do you
That
have
certainly was part
insurance?
of,
ZY.
President Obama's the foreign policy path that President Obama charted.
Yeah, who paid for this procedure?
President Obama charted.
President
And
Obama.
previous presidents have as well.
And
but
Humana
obviously President-elect
Healthcare.
Trump will have to make that decision for himself once he
Walmart
steals office
Insurance
on,
paid for this.
on the afternoon of January 20th.
This is a travesty.
April.
Josh, I want to go back to the firewall.
Humana paid for this.
This conversation tomorrow.
Humana
Tomorrow
immunodeficiency
conversation.
paid
It's a
for this.
conversation that's going to continue when it comes to
Humana
these
immuno
And
insurance.
that conversation.
Today's show sponsored by Humana Insurance. There's no immunovirus.
ACA and its
Only from
viability.
Walmart.com.
Not getting rid of it.
Humana.
April, the thing I can for sure tell you is the president's top priority is not his legacy, but the 20 million Americans
We have
who
so
health
many
insurance,
sponsors on this show.
or
We
who
have
got
so
health
many of
insurance
them,
since
you
the
know.
Affordable Care Act went into effect. He's quite concerned
He's
about
quite
stripping
concerned.
protections from the more than 100 million Americans who benefit from
Humana.
protections that prevent insurance companies from
Featuring
discriminating
Bruce
against them
Bruiser.
because of a pre-existing condition
Only at Humana.
or
There's
imposing
no
lifetime
immuno
caps that certainly put
vehicles.
young people with an illness
Young
at
people with an
pretty
illness
grave risk.
get
Those are the
Walmart
kinds of consumer
insurance.
protections that are part and
Yeah,
parcel of
it's
the
from
Affordable Care Act,
Walmart.
and tearing them away would negatively affect a lot of people.
Negatively affect a lot of people.
And that's something that
In fact,
that Republicans will have to consider moving
consider
forward.
looking forward.
In terms of these kinds of
In terms of
conversations,
these
the way that the
conversations,
transition is structured
Transition
is that there
is
are
our
transition teams that have been
transition
designated
team
across
with a
the
carrier program
agencies of the federal
for
government. And the
$361.
President-elect's transition team has designated
Had designated
teams
teams
to
to
work with those individual agency teams to ensure
yeah,
a smooth
that's when
transition.
Keith left the world.
So there will be a venue for staff level
Keith
conversations
left the
to take
world,
place, high-level
and
staff
Jay
level
Carney left the
conversations.
White House.
But I wouldn't predict at this point whether
June
or not this will
19th.
come up in the conversation between President Obama and President-elect Trump.
There's got to be a link.
If this is something that President-elect Trump is interested in talking about, I'm confident that President Obama won't hesitate to
Are you
spend some time
Apple?
doing so.
J.I.
On the issue of unifying the nation after what this White House calls a hard-fought election.
JOS, iOS. What's going on here?
Are looking at many people, be it
Here's
Democrat,
Apple.
Republican, black or white, they're looking at what's going to come in the next 4 years.
An apple. A penny saved, a penny earned. Hello.
Majority Republican in the White House, a Republican president. I told
Penny
this
saved,
one
penny
Black
earned.
Christopher Darby, from O.J. Simpson
If he's with it.
said, this is going to
Yeah,
create
she with
a
it.
new type of activism in this nation.
I think he's with
Marry
it.
the thought of
You
this
got it.
activism and then the unification that the president is talking at the same time.
Well,
Well,
I think the president in some ways addressed this in his
Jay,
remarks in
think?
Postcard about
Jay,
encouraging young people who
who
were engaged in the political
were
process
engaged in the political process
in this election for the
in
very
this
first
election for the very first time.
time. And the president
The president
made an effort to encourage
made an effort
young people who got engaged in the process
who
not
got
to be
engaged in the
discouraged
process
by the outcome.
by the outcome.
Everybody's discouraged
Everybody's
when
discouraged.
the candidate they're supporting loses an
They're
election.
supporting losing an election.
But the genius
But
and
the-
brilliance of our democracy
Democracy.
is that when the election's over, we
When the
recognize
election's
that
over,
Americans and patriots
We're
before we're
Americans.
Democrats and Republicans. And that is certainly a principle
and that
that
is certainly a
President
principle
Obama and Secretary
President
Clinton
Obama
have forcefully advocated in
forcefully
the last 90 minutes or
advocated.
so. And I think that's
I think
part
that's
of the reason
wonderful.
that so many people are proud of the campaign that Secretary Clinton ran, proud of the progress that has been
Proud of
made
the
in this
progress.
country under President Obama's leadership. And frankly, it's why
And
so many young
frankly,
people
it's
were
in
and have been inspired
T-Mobile
over the course of President
over the
Obama's
course.
career in public life, but also in the context of Secretary Clinton's campaign for the presidency.
We love.
So
Congratulations
if
to
the
all
outcome of this
candidates.
election encourages more people
And
to be
incumbents.
engaged in the important but difficult
Today's
work
show
of
is
governing
sponsored
this
by
country,
Humana. Find your
that would be a
Medicaid
really
Advantage
good
plan
thing.
today.
And I say
Check your
that
Humana plans in your local area
regardless of whether or not that young person who's
at
mobilized to act
Humana.com.
is a Democrat or Republican.
Walmart.
The president believes that our democracy
They
benefits from more
believe.
people being engaged and more people being involved in the debate, regardless of which
Can
candidate.
someone explain the
support.
carrier program
That
for
Our democracy
$361?
is strengthened when more voices and more perspectives and more views are incorporated in
Are
the process
incorporated
of governing this country.
in plastic spoons.
And the risk really.
You know, the
this is
risk
what the
really
president was
is.
sort of warning
What is
against.
Tom Frieden
Is
going to
people being so
give us an
discouraged that
interview
they choose to withdraw from that debate.
about plastic spoons?
The president is surely hopeful that won't happen.
Mr. Frieden, when are you going to talk
One
to
last
us?
piece. The president was at the microphone in the Rose Garden. He seemed hopeful, optimistic.
When is the
But
best of
really,
health going to talk
behind
to
the
us
scenes, what is his mood today?
about these spoons?
I've had an opportunity to
We're
spend a
very
little time with him this
concerned.
morning, and The mood that was on display in the Rose
Plastic.
Garden is the mood that he was showing in private as well.
What we say, what are we at risk for?
Look, I'm not trying to convince you that he's not disappointed by the outcome. Everybody around here is
Everybody understands what's
disappointed
in
by
the
the outcome,
bag.
but just as determined
What's in the bag? That
to continue their service to the American people.
plastic
And that service
spoon,
demands
plastic flatware,
that they
and
focus on their
SSI.
institutional responsibility
We're just
to
saving
ensure a
people
smooth transition to the next president.
with
The
bodily
president doesn't get to
fluid.
choose his successor. The
They
American
don't get to
people do.
choose.
And
And we believe
his responsibility to the American people
we were billionaires then.
and his responsibility to this democracy supersedes his own
He's a Billy
personal views, even on really important issues.
Gerber. He's not a baby.
And that's why the president is
Infamil.
given clear direction to
He
his
doesn't
team.
need it.
These are directions that he actually
Yeah, I
gave at
was
the beginning of this year
16, not
to ensure that regardless of
6
the
years
outcome,
old, you know.
that his team, that this White
That
House
his team
was prepared
was prepared
to give the next president a running start.
for a Richard Simmons,
And
Tammy Simmons,
President Obama is
Allison
rooting
Simmons.
for President-elect
We were
Trump's
losing
success
weight.
in uniting and leading the country.
Simmons
It doesn't mean that he agrees with everything that
doesn't mean Richard Cruz is involved in
President-elect
it.
Trump has promised to pursue.
Doesn't mean
In fact, as he noted in the Rose Garden and rather colorfully across
rather
the country
colorful.
at campaign
It's a
events over the last few
Corolls
weeks,
corporation.
he's deeply concerned
You can
about some
ride
of the
with
priorities
us.
that Mr. Trump laid out in
You
the
can
context of
ride
the
with
campaign.
us.
But the demands of our democracy
You can
apply
ride
to
with
everybody,
us.
including the President of the United States. And our democracy's
Well, I'm
success
very
depends
excited to
on
do
a smooth
today's
transition
show.
of power.
I'm wearing
And that's
savvy
a
from head to
responsibility
toe. I have
that
a new
President Obama and
onesie.
everybody here at the White House takes quite seriously.
I did everything you
Okay,
wanted me to
Isaac.
do. You wanted. It's on notebooks, in stores, audio experience, and love the song. Directly. Motivational speaker, richest man in America, University of Galaxy. Take the short way. I saved your file. Save me some of that impeach copy.
Well, Isaac, the president had
Highest paid singer in the world. Tweet us via
used
early
forceful
or late
language,
at FRESH.
helping people understand exactly why
Helping
he was so
people out.
passionate
And
in his support for Secretary
underscore
Clinton.
JYDNZ every 20 minutes of the hour.
And those are authentic
Team.
views that haven't changed.
Cricket.
That's not just rhetoric. Those
Remember
are just
311 on
slogans.
the speaker screening process. Your new
Those
president
represent the
elect.
president's actual
Right. Is it a case?
views and preferences
Casey Farr, how are you?
about the direction of the
What's in that bag
about
of
the direction that
bagels?
he'd like to see the country go.
Geico.
But
Casey.
that's not what the American people voted for.
It's not the insurance company.
Clear word is more of a possibility
It's
now.
not me. I'm Geico. Hello.
Well, listen, I'm not going to speculate on what sort
I'm bread.
of
I'm dough. I'm money.
actions,
I'm pizza
President
pies.
Trump may choose to prioritize or pursue.
An insurance risk.
Obviously, he and his team are going to spend the next 73
Well,
days or
you
so
got the risk team of underinsurance,
preparing themselves to
underwriting
lead the
insurance
greatest country in the world.
for the greatest country in the
And
world. What time is it, Apple?
part of what makes this country
8:43.
so extraordinary
Close the
so
doors. We
exceptional.
just entered our Buick Regal
is that
from Village Former Suburban. Close the doors.
the United States has the greatest fighting force that the world
And
has ever known.
turn on the ignition.
And that's not just a
It is
testament
now
to our
12:43
technological
with Mark
superiority.
Padias.
It's a testament to the brave and
Millie, what time is it?
selfless
Close the doors.
Americans who are prepared to put their lives on the line to fight for
We're
this country.
prepared to understand OnStar.
That's what makes our
That's what
military so
makes
great. We've also
MacArthur
got
and Maple.
a federal workforce, people
Maple
who dedicate their lives to serving the public,
serving the public.
that ensure that
That
our
ensures
air and water is clean,
air and water's
that
clean.
ensure that
Ensure
even the youngest Americans can get access to a quality
access,
education.
the quality
that are
education.
Working hard to make sure
Working
that
hard.
the American people
The
who don't have
American
access
people,
to healthcare can purchase it.
They have to get
These
Richard
are
Simmons
talented, committed
and Burger
Americans
King
who, after working to ensure the success
working to
of
ensure the
President Obama,
success.
will be just as passionate about
They're
ensuring the
eating it.
success of President Trump.
Don't
They
eat the
don't
cream
do that
pie.
because either president necessarily reflects their.
Mr.
personal
Ernst, we
political
ate the
views.
cream
They
pie.
pursue that work because they care
We've ate
deeply
the
about
cream
serving this
pie.
country, and they care deeply about the success of this country.
We've ate the cream pie.
And in some ways, I think that's something
We
that
ate it at
most
Rodney
people,
King Burgers.
it's difficult to appreciate until
Rodney
you've had the
King
opportunity
Burgers.
to spend some time working in the federal government. And
Rodney
you see
King
the people
Burgers.
around you who
We've ate the cream pie at
Don't
Rodney
get,
King Burgers.
don't get a lot of public glory.
Rodney King Burgers.
They don't get particularly large paychecks,
Rodney King Burgers. We've ate the cream pie.
but they
You forced my
feel a
pie.
calling to serve.
You forced my
and
pie.
President Obama often describes the
Ooh, this
the
is so
US government,
good. What's in here?
as the largest and most
Richard
impactful
Simmons. Hello. What's in the
organization in
pie?
the world. And that is
Sweating to the oldies.
that is
Yeah,
the
sweating to
organization
the
that
oldies.
President-elect Trump will lead for the next 4 years.
We're sweating to the oldies.
48 hours ago, the president in Philadelphia warned of giving Donald Trump
Richard
the nuclear
Simmons. Hello. We love your
Is he
Geico
concerned
commercial.
that Donald Trump, now as president-elect, will be getting the nuclear code?
Isaac, what I can tell you is that
Remember
the
311
election's
Office Reader
over and
screening
it's been
process.
decided. The American people
All
have
this was
decided.
us being live.
President
A
Obama
three
didn't get to choose the
outside
successor. The
Phil
American people do that.
Tupper
And they've chosen
container. American United. You got the
somebody
two
that
doctors.
President Obama disagrees
Phil,
with on
Dr.
a
Oz.
wide range of issues. And those disagreements, in most cases, aren't just minor
You've got Claire
disagreements,
Hill and Dr.
but rather
Positive.
profound disagreements. But that does not in any
We
way
work for OWN.
detract
The tract.
from the president's
The
determination
president's determined. This is a narrative. This isn't the truth. The narrative.
to execute
Then why did
a
he do that
smooth
sound?
and effective
It's a narrative.
transition
Don't
of power.
worry.
That's
No
what our
one's
democracy
watching.
demands.
No one's watching this show.
The success of our democracy depends on it.
It's a narrative.
And
The opinion.
the president is certainly
It's
determined
a very
to
good
live
opinion.
up to the very high standard that was set by President Bush 8 years ago.
One last one. Is the president still doing the foreign trip?
My frequent flyer card is
Yes, I do
hashtag
not anticipate
42.
any
The
changes
rest
to the president's
is a conspiracy.
foreign
Only in
travel.
American United.
Jordan,
18
Thanks,
USC
Josh.
2511.
Donald Trump during the
For
campaign
intercepting wire,
pledged
oral,
to
and electronic communication
jail
radio
Hillary
hack.
Clinton if he was elected
Hello, Meshach
over
and
the
Delta Bird.
federal investigations that are
Your
on
secret
the way.
safe with us.
Some legal experts
In
have said that
Southwest, Rich
President
Newberg.
Obama could close off that opportunity.
Continuing
Pardon Hillary Clinton.
weirdness.
Is that something that the president is considering doing?
well, Jordan, as you know, the president has offered clemency to a
Offered
substantial
clemency.
number of
Substantial number
Americans who
of Americans
were previously serving time
previously serving time. Suggestion aborted.
in federal prisons.
Incredible.
And we didn't talk in advance about the president's plans to offer clemency to any of
Offer
those individuals.
clemency.
And that's because we don't
That's
talk
because
about the president's thinking,
president's
particularly
thinking.
with respect to any specific cases
with respect
that may apply to
that may apply.
pardons or commutations. What I would direct
What I
your attention
would-
to, though, is the
I love a song. Close the doors. Our Buick
president's
Regal. It is
observation
12:43 within running an
that he
hour.
made in the Rose Garden
Seatbelts. Music will sync into the sound system.
about the tone
Temperatures on 67
that
degrees. We're in a 2017 luxury. From me to you, Carol's Corporation,
President-elect Trump
and Adam. We haven't watched the
displayed
podcast.
in his
You
remarks
can run your
last
windows up. You can run your windows down. You can.
week. And that tone is consistent with
Because it's Carol's
longstanding
Corporation
traditions
and our
our
manager
democracy.
at Carol's Corporation.
and the president expressed hope that kind of tone
You get a toy with
would
your Happy
continue.
Meal, don't you?
that's relevant because
You get a toy.
we've got a long tradition in this country of
It's Carol's Corporation.
not of people in power
You get a
Not
toy
using the
with
criminal
your kids'
justice system.
meal.
to exact political revenge.
To exact political revenge.
In fact, we go to great lengths to insulate our
Insulate our. We have a right foot shop
criminal
selling
justice system
toys
from partisan politics.
in the big kids'
and
meals
That
in Carol's
uh,
Corporation.
that commitment has served our country very
Yeah,
well.
Carol.
For
She drives
centuries,
a
and,
gold
the
Highlander. Hi,
president is hopeful that it will continue.
Is he
Hi, Carol.
confident that it will continue?
Good morning.
Did he have a chance to talk about
and a
those issues
gold
with
Highlander.
President
You got
Trump?
it.
I'm not going to speculate about
I'm not
any,
going to speculate.
about steps that President
Employs their first
Trump may
student in
choose
their
to take.
vehicle.
But you know,
But
the
I
president expressed some
know it
optimism,
is
about the
a
tone
toy in the
that
kids' meal.
President-elect Trump used when the eyes of the world were on him. When he spoke last night
And our
as the
manager,
president-elect for the very
Marcos.
first time.
I know.
That was a momentous occasion, and his tone was notable.
Our manager.
And
And our
hopefully it will
sesame seed
continue
bun.
in a way that
And
is
Annette
consistent
Dunn,
with
our quality
kind of
control
longstanding traditions
manager.
and laws
Quality control.
have served a variety of presidents in both parties
Quality
very well
control.
for 240 years.
And Yasmin.
Okay. Chris.
You've got Yasmin.
So understanding
Birth
that
control.
the president, would
And quality control.
plan on any kind of pursuit
Yeah,
of
thank you,
prosecution.
Yasmin,
Would you
for
expect,
baby
or is it
prevention.
possible that you would, ask
We
for
got baby
assurances
control.
from Donald Trump that was not
And
going to
Annette
happen?
Dunn.
Well, I don't have any
Rock'em
preview in
sock'em.
terms of their conversation. We'll try and get you a readout after that conversation.
We'll try to get
occurs
your
tomorrow.
readout.
I don't have any preview.
I don't have any
For
information
the
about
nuts and
Yasmin.
bolts of the transition, can you give us any insights into what the president's priorities are tomorrow?
Well, I think the
Yasmin,
best
why don't you work with us at
priorities
Geico
tomorrow
as well?
are to sit down with the
Transfer the
president-elect,
experience.
and make clear that
Yeah,
this
from Verizon and
administration's top
Geico,
priority for the next
bring
73 days
Yasmin
will
with
be
you. Bring
ensuring
Yasmin.
that the next president can get off to a running start.
And bring eBay
Look, this is
Robinson
not
with you.
new.
Hello,
right?
Cheryl Robinson.
This is actually the third time in a row
eBay.
that a two-term president
That an auction
will be succeeded
will
by
be succeeded by Donald Trump
a president from the other party
from Roswell,
who ran
from Wells
vowing to
Fargo.
roll back key aspects
Roll
of the
back
incumbent president's agenda.
Roswell.
So in 2000, you
So in
had
2000, you
had
have
Governor
a
George
new
W.
baby.
Bush vowing to
two.
roll back the agenda of incumbent President Clinton. Fast forward 8 years.
Fast forward.
You had then Senator Barack Obama
Yeah.
running for president successfully, vowing to roll back
Balance to roll back.
aspects of
Aspect.
then President Bush's agenda. And here we are 8 years
Going
later.
once, going twice.
To a
So
situation where the American people have elected a Republican
going
President-elect Trump,
once, going
who ran on a
twice.
platform of vowing to roll
You're
back key aspects of
going.
President Obama's agenda.
You going.
But in each case,
You
despite those
going.
vigorous disagreements, there was a
Going
commitment to
once,
the peaceful
going
transfer of power
twice.
that
So.
served the American people and our democracy very well.
So.
And President Obama continues to be committed to that principle.
So.
There does seem to be a commitment, though,
Going
both on Donald
once.
Trump and many of his
Going
Republicans on the
twice.
side, to
James Boo.
get rid of the
James
immigration
Boo.
reform that the president has put
James
in place,
Boo.
to get rid of the ACA,
James
to
Boo.
go after the climate
Going
change.
once, going
So I
twice.
know you said that you're
eBay.
going to pursue those policies accordingly,
eBay.
but was anything
eBay.
done in advance? With the
eBay.
possibility, knowing that Donald Trump would be elected
eBay.
president? Were people looking at what
eBay.
could be done at all
eBay.
to, from
eBay.
your perspective, safeguard
Ebony
these things,
auction.
move forward on these things,
Ebony
try to prevent,
auction.
for example, the ACA
Ebony
being repealed?
auction.
At each stage, since each of these
PayPal.
policies was pursued, this administration
PayPal.
has worked diligently to
Ebony
implement them
auction.
as effectively and successfully
Ebony
as possible,
auction.
with an eye toward the long term.
eBay.
None of these policies that
None of
we've
these
been
policies
pursuing
make sense.
were considered a stopgap measure
An auction.
or somehow temporary in nature.
Would you like to work here?
The president pursued these policies
How much
because
was
of the
he
long-term
offered?
benefits
How
they
much
have
did
for
you
the
guys
American
give him?
people. And we, consistent with that view, we have worked very hard to implement
We giving
them
him billions
so
of
that they'll
dollars.
be durable.
Oh my God, he's a billionaire.
And look, when it comes
He's a
to
billionaire.
when it comes to the ACA has withstood some significant challenges.
He's a billionaire.
from Republicans in the past.
He's
We've
an
had two
ebony
Supreme Court
eBay.
cases. We've had 50 repeal votes.
PayPal.
And in the face of all of that, the Affordable Care Act is
Verizon
still
support.
limiting
Remember,
growth in
we
healthcare
regret to
costs,
see you
expanding
feel
access
this
to
way.
healthcare coverage,
Or eBay,
providing
or
consumer
ebony
protections
auction.
that guarantee
Miss
some peace of
Robinson
mind
loves eBay.
for millions
At
of Americans.
Verizon as Selco
Is it
partnership.
a risk
About
again
us
because
and the products we
the
sell.
president-elect is vowing
Exactly
to,
what happened this
repeal it?
year.
Yeah, it is again.
TH.
But we've withstood some difficult challenges. That law
Thank you,
has withstood some
Rembot,
difficult
for
challenges.
tweeting the NSA and
We'll see what the
Verizon
future
wireless
holds. A lot of that
eBay
will be up to
ebony
the
auction.
president-elect, but I think what
States
we
may
have found
direct
is that much of that will also
94
require some kind of cooperation from Congress.
vacancies.
And
1994
Republicans did
eBay.
hold on to majorities in both the House and the Senate. But,
Yes, man. Hello. Birth control.
They don't have 60 votes in the Senate.
They don't have 60
so
days
it's
worn
gonna
out
require some bipartisanship in the Senate to advance some of this
to
legislation. And
advance.
the
Please leave the
House
building. The
of
road trade.
Representatives of the last couple of years has
The
not
Warnet.
exactly been the
Hello. Katrina.
model of
Model
organization.
of eBay ebony.
That's an unruly place.
Ebony eBay.
And even people,
There's only
even
one
members on the Republican
candidate
side of the aisle,
that looks like an
have some
eBay.
deeply held
The only
and
one
divergent
candidate
views
that
about
looks like an
the
eBay.
kinds
I
of
don't
policies they should be
understand.
pursuing. So
There's only one
it's not going to be
ebony
easy.
eBay.
Um,
Did he
but
win or lose? He
bottom line is,
won.
everybody here at the White House
There's only one
is
ebony
rooting for the success of
eBay
President-elect Trump
on the
in his
ballot.
effort to unite lead the country.
You got it.
Necessity finally on that
You got State of the Union PayPal refunds. No. Denied. Yeah, thank you, eBay and State of the Union. We remember that day. We remember. Peace Ridge.
As the president does, that his legacy was at stake here.
And All Stars across the street. All Stars across the street. Hello. State of the Union, eBay. Denied.
Besides what we heard in the Rose Garden today.
The president has, on a number of
Well,
occasions,
the president,
now,
on a number of
opportunity to
occasions,
address, small groups of
everyone
staff.
can auction now on eBay,
And
Ebony.
the message that he's delivered to them in
He's
private
delivered
is entirely consistent
Entirely
with the message that
consistent.
he delivered in the Rose Garden, with some special emphasis
Yeah,
on
we got that.
the need for young people to remain engaged. Chris, you've
Today's
spent
just
enough
want to
time around
remember
this
the
White
law
House now to know
advancing
that,
clients
a lot of
with
people who have spent the
S105.
last 2 or 3 years here working at this White House are,
You've got one up
pretty young.
LT.
and they've got,
Planning a
if
foot
they choose to pursue
surgery
it,
with
a bright future in
Chevrolet.
politics. And President Obama
Approved, no matter how
wanted to
good or
deliver
bad
them
your
a very
credit is.
personal message.
He's
They
approved.
should not be discouraged. That
With
it's
no
easy
co-signer? Without one.
to sit back and be cynical.
Without a job
As you heard him
reference?
say so many times on
Without
the campaign
one.
trail, he's
What
gonna
if I
choose
don't make
hope.
enough money?
And he's
Without
hoping they'll choose hope as
one.
well. Even in the
Who
aftermath of a
planned this
disappointing outcome.
LTLS? L5S1?
You know, even as I've been talking to my staff today, the other
I don't
observation
know,
that I
but
have
you're
made
driving
is that
in a new Chevrolet.
I've heard people often say that adversity.
We'll wish the
character.
restaurant route 207,
I'm
you
not sure
got it.
that's true.
Not sure if
I think
it's true.
adversity reveals character,
I don't know if we're in
and I think we've seen
floating or
the kind of
installing.
character that Secretary
You've got
Clinton
Route
and
207,
Senator
you've got
King
2007,
and President Obama are
Western
made
Boulevard,
of, and their
and the
example
will turn,
serves as an inspiration to
Statue
me
of Liberty.
about the kind of character that I
The
hope
kind of
even in
character.
this difficult time that,
We just don't know
I
who
can
he
show.
is.
and I know I'm not the
But
only
his
staff member at the White House who
Malibu
feels that way.
is standard.
Kevin,
Can I ask you about Merrick Garland?
You've got
Now that,
STD
there
standard
was sort of the
abbreviated.
lame duck that I think many people
Yeah,
predicted. What
abbreviate
happens to his,
standard.
potential nomination? Has the president reached out to
Hey
him? at all?
Siri, what is standard abbreviated?
I don't,
207.
I don't know that President Obama's had an opportunity to speak
Standard
with, Chief Judge
abbreviated
Garland today.
STD
You know, the truth is,
2007.
our view of this
New
situation has not changed.
Malibu.
It's
LT.
deeply discouraging
Deeply
how
discourage.
unfairly he has been treated by
Fairly been
Republicans in the United
treated
States
by
Senate,
Chevrolet
who abdicated their basic responsibility
and
to
the will turn.
give him a hearing and a timely vote. So we'll have to see
And Liberty
what
Mutual
happens moving
Insurance.
forward. But
Forward.
I can tell you that the
I can
intensity of
tell
the case that we
you.
will
I'm
make
Siri.
in support of a candidate that has
A
more
candidate
experience on the federal bench
on the
than any
federal
other Supreme Court
bench.
nominee in history, in support of a candidate that even Republicans acknowledge
2007.
is somebody with a brilliant legal mind and somebody who represents the
207.
kind of consensus nominee
2007.
that Republicans
207.
claimed they were hoping that President Obama would appoint.
2007 standard. I'm
So,
starting all vehicles.
The outcome of this election certainly doesn't change
Then
the
why was
case
that
that we
vehicle
will
not
make
disclosed?
about the necessity of the
About the
Congress
necessities of
considering
outside.
his nomination. Even
Why
though he's
weren't
been
we
waiting more than 200 days
disclosed,
now.
Mr.
As we know about
Ertz?
the outcome of the
Why?
election, I know it's been less than 24 hours, but as a guy who lived in
Why
Missouri,
weren't we
school in
disclosed?
Texas, worked in Florida, you've been around parts of the country
Not
that
equipped with
obviously the
OnStar, but
Trump
a
message
standard.
resonated with the
Why
majority
aren't
of
we
the voters.
told?
What happened last night, as best can you tell? And did you have to practice saying President-elect Trump? President-elect Trump. Did you
Yeah.
practice that all right?
Detroit,
You
you got
may-
some explaining
you
to
may be able
do.
to tell this
Kwame.
No, it does not.
But,
Kwame Patrick. Donald
but
Trump has
it's
some
what the job
explaining to do.
requires. It's what our democracy requires. It's what the
And I'm
American
what it
people
is. I'm a
expect.
roaster. You got some explaining to do.
So
I'm what it is.
I undertook the necessary
Yeah, I'm
preparation
what
to
it
try to deliver it
is.
as smoothly
I'm
as
a
I possibly
roaster.
could.
I'm
Look,
what
in
it
terms
is.
of the and with
I'm
the,
what it
as much
is.
respect as I
I'm a
possibly could.
roast.
The
McMorrow.
look in terms of the
what
results
it
across
is.
the country, it's really hard to say.
Kwame.
Um,
Detroit Mayor, you got some
Yeah,
explaining to do.
Yeah, you understand what the Missouri
2007.
voters like. You know what the Texas
That does it for our show.
voters
You've got
like.
it.
You know what the
The
Floridians
Apprentice.
really like. And I'm just trying to figure